Hello everyone, welcome to Time online classes. Today in this session we will discuss directions and exercise questions. Your handout reference is LAH for 4032051. In our previous session we have discussed basics of directions and now we are discussing exercise questions. Okay, so in case if you have not watched basics video, please do watch. Okay, and again come back to this video, you can understand what are the basic points that we discussed during the session. Okay, so kindly be ready with your notebook and pen. Okay, now directly attack the questions. Question number 1. But a very basic point that you need to know is, on a paper, right hand side is east, left hand side is west, upwards is north and downwards is south. So these are the 4 basic directions that you must know. Okay, and while moving north, left hand side is west, right hand side is east. While moving towards south, left hand side is east, right hand side is towards west. While moving towards east, left hand side will be north and right hand side will be south. While moving towards west, left hand side will be this side, which is south, and right hand side will be north. So these are the basic points you must understand, you must know. Okay, now what is the given question? A person walks towards north. Okay, a person started from a place. Okay, a person started from a place and walking towards north. Okay, walking towards north. So walk towards north. How many kilometers? Distance is not given, so no issue. Let's move on. Then turns left. So let's say it is x meters. Okay, x meters. And then turns left. While moving towards north, what is the left hand side? Just now we discussed west. So west. And again turns right. So he is moving actually towards which direction here? West on a paper. So west. While moving west, what is the right hand side will be? While moving west, you can see here. While moving west, what is the right hand side is? North. So north. So north. So travel certain distance. Distance is not given, no issue. And again left. And again left. So he is actually moving towards north. While moving towards north, what is the left hand side will be? West. So he is traveling west. West. Now that's it. So this is about the path. What is given? In which direction he is heading now? So he is heading now towards which direction? West. He is heading now towards which direction? West direction. So what is my answer? Choice 3. So choice 3 is the answer. Fine. A person starts walking towards north. So north, turns left, west, turns right, north, again turns left, west. So which direction he is heading means he is heading towards west. Choice 3. Choice 3. Fine. And please remember these points in your mind. On a paper, right hand side is east, left hand side is west, upwards is north, downwards is south. Okay. And also you should be thorough with the left hand side and right hand side while moving to the each and every direction. Okay. Please keep noting down parallelly. Question number 2. What is given here? A is west side of B. Okay. On a paper it is east, west and north, south. Please understand the statement. A is west of B. So A is west side. Of which point? Of B. So let us take the B somewhere. So taken B. Now with respect to B, west means left side. Which point is there? A. Now we can satisfy the condition A is west of B. Okay. And what is given next? B is northwest of C. What is the northwest line? This line will be northwest. So what is given? B. This B. So B is northwest. So this is the northwest line, right? B is northwest of C. So B is here. So northwest. B is northwest of C. So that it is satisfying the condition. B here, C here. So B is northwest of C. Okay. So every time you may cross check like this. And what else is given? D is west of C. D is west of C. Now C is here. D is west of C means C will be somewhere with respect to C. This side will be D. Okay, then it is satisfying the condition D is west of C. D is west of C. But when I am writing D west of C, should I take the D here, or should I take the D here, or should I take the D here, or should I take the D here? Have they mentioned the distance? No, the distance is not mentioned. Simply they given the directions. Now what is the question asked? In which direction is A with respect to D? In which direction is A? Sorry, in which direction to A is D? Okay, to A is D. So we need to identify the direction of A with respect to D. Do you know exact location of the D? No. So without knowing the exact location of the D, can you say the direction of A? Can you say the direction of A with respect to D? If it is a case, northeast. If this is a case, north. If this is a case, northwest. In these two cases. So what will be my answer? I cannot say. It may be northeast, or it may be north, it may be northwest. Since the exact distance between the C and D is not known. So your answer is cannot be determined. Your answer is cannot be determined. Fine. For suppose, if the question is given in the another way, like instead of here D is west of C, if it is given D is east of C, so D will come this side. Now what is the question asked? In which direction is A with respect to D? So then in this case definitely I can say that it will be northwest. But here it is given D is west side of C. When D is west side of C, that I cannot decide definitely. Okay, so that's why the answer is cannot be determined. Here the which is playing the important role? Distance. Since the distance is not known exactly, we are unable to say. So cannot be determined. Fine. So choice 4. Next. Question number 3. Ram walks 10 kilometers towards east. Okay, initial direction is known, so no issue. So we may start from the point, because no need to read the entire information, that is completely time waste, because it is a path, right? So path, initial information will be given at the beginning of the statement. So directly from the start from the statement. Ram walks 10 kilometers towards east. So from this point, east. 10 kilometers towards east. Then turns left. Moving east, left hand side will be north. How many kilometers? 5 kilometers. Then turns left and travels 2 kilometers. Moving north, left will be west and 2 kilometers. That's it. What is given? In which direction is he with respect to the starting place? So, which direction is he? Is he mean nothing but present location is asking. Present place. Present place of Ram with respect to his starting place. So let's say it is a present place. This is a present place, right? So let's say it is point B and it is point A. So what is the base? Starting place is A, present place is B. So A with respect to B. So what is the base here? A is the base. So from the base point, we need to look at this direction, right? So on a paper, from point A, left hand side will be west, left hand side will be west, right hand side will be east, upwards is north. Now this direction is between north and east. So what is my answer? Northeast. So choice 3. So this is how we are going to find. But the base point is very, very important, which you need to take it as a base. Generally, we take last point as a base. I mean, what in the statement? In which direction is with respect to the starting placements? From the starting point, we need to check, which is nothing but it is a base. So choice 3. And this type of questions, base points, we discussed during the basic class of direction sense. So that's why I'm saying that in case if you have not watched that video, please watch. And please keep noting down parallelly. Question number 4. My dog Bunty runs 30 meters towards west. Initial direction is given, so no issue. So let's take the starting point. And west, 30 meters. Turns left. While moving west, left will be south, 10 meters. Then turns right. While moving south, right hand side will be west. How many meters? 5 meters. So you should be thorough with the east, west, north, side, south directions on a paper, and left, right with respect to each and every direction. Okay. And runs 5 meters south. And runs 5 meters. Then turns left. Moving west, left hand side will be south. How many meters? 2 meters. And again turns right. While moving south, right hand side will be west. 12 meters. Finally turns left. While moving west, left will be again south. How many meters? 7 meters. Now, in which direction he is running now? He is running towards which direction? Dog Bunty is running towards which direction? It is which direction? South. So, your answer will be south. So, choice 4. Simply what they are asking is, Dog Bunty is heading towards which direction? It is running towards which direction? South. It is running towards south. So, choice 4. Fine. Clear? Okay. Move ahead. Next. Sachin travels 16 kilometers towards west. Okay. Initial direction is given. So, no issue. So, on a paper, east, west, north, south. Right? So, Sachin travels 16 kilometers towards east. Let's say it is a starting point. 16 meters towards west. From there, he travels 8 kilometers towards east. Okay. Now, he is at this point where, okay, typical statement. Now, let's say it is a point A. This is a point B. He reached point B after traveling 16 kilometers. He travels 8 kilometers towards east. From point B, east is this side. But how many meters? 8. So, exactly off. So, 8. So, let's say it is point C. Okay. Now, he goes 4 kilometers towards north. So, from this point, north upwards. How many kilometers? 4 kilometers. Okay, 4 kilometers. So it is 8. It is also 8. Don't forget that. It is 4 kilometers. Or I'll give the clear picture. A. B. How much distance it is? 16. It is 16 kilometers totally. In total it is 16. And again 8 kilometers west, east. So exactly this location. It is, let's say, point C. And north 4 kilometers. Let's say it is point D. Okay. And it is 8 meters distance. It is 8 meter distance. Now what is given? In which direction is he with respect to the starting point? So which is the starting point? Starting location we taken as A. So it is a starting point. And which direction is he with respect to the starting point? Now he is at point D. So it is the ending point. So what is the base? Starting point is the base. So from the starting point I need to look at this direction. Which direction? D location. So this direction. On a paper with respect to A, this is east and this side will be west and upwards is north. So this line is between west and north. So what is my answer? North, west. So choice 1. Fine. So choice 1 is my answer. Remember that with respect to one point, always the right hand side is east, left hand side is west, upwards is north and downwards is south on a paper. Okay. This is how we decide the directions. Next. See the question number 6. A person travels 12 kilometers towards north. 12 kilometers towards north. So from a point, 12 kilometers towards north. So 12 kilometers towards north. Then turns left. While moving north, left hand side will be west. How many kilometers? 10 kilometers. Okay, 10 kilometers. He again turns right. So while moving towards west, what is the right hand side will be? North. How many kilometers? 13 kilometers. He turns back. He is actually moving north. So he turns back. Is nothing but when he is moving north, turns back is nothing but he is moving towards south. How many kilometers? Oh, 1 kilometer. Okay. So turns back and 1 kilometer. Okay, it is 1 kilometer. Now he is at this location. He reached this point, but he came back. 1 kilometer. How far is he from the starting point? So let's say it is a point A, it is a point B, and it is C, and it is D, and it is E point. Okay. Now he is at exactly point E. Now what is the question asked? How far is he from the starting point? Which is nothing but they are asking distance between A and E. They are asking for distance between A and E. So here is a location, here is a E location. So these 2 points distance they are asking. Okay. Now how to identify this distance? Can you say directly how much it is? No, we cannot say. So how to find it? by using the Pythagoras theorem. So first, initially we need to form a right angle triangle, and let's say it is point A and it is point B, it is C. So AC is this distance we need to identify. So with respect to this, we need to form a right angle triangle. Okay. So to identify the AC distance, it should be AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. So this is how we are going to identify the distance. These points we discussed during the basics class, but once I'm giving the quick revision of that. Okay. So AC is equal to under root of AB square plus BC square. AB square plus BC square. Fine. Now here is the location of E and here is the location of A. So we need to identify the distance between A and E, which is nothing but distance between A and E is nothing but they are asking for shortest distance. Simply I can say that they are asking for shortest distance. How to find it? Forming a right angle triangle. So let's form a right angle triangle. So this is a right angle triangle, right? Now let's say how much this vertical distance is. Let's say it is a point called X. Okay. Now I need to identify AE distance. AE is equal to what? Under root of AX square plus XE square. Right. XE square. AX square. So let's identify the AX distance. How much is this distance? This line distance is equal to this line distance BC, which is nothing but how much? 10. Now this distance till here is how much? It is a 12, not the 13. Total distance is 13, but it is already 1. So 12 it is. And here it is how much? 12. So totally, how much distance it is? 24. So what I can say that? Under root of AX is equal to 10. So 10 square. XE is equal to 24. So 24 square. So 10 square is 100. 24 square is 576. Together 676, which is exactly 26. Under root of 676 is 26 square. So choice 4 is my answer. That's it. So this is how we are going to identify the distance. Okay. It is not necessary that every time we will be getting a right angle triangle. If you are unable to say what is the exact distance between the 2 points directly by looking at the diagram, then you are going to form a right angle triangle. Or in simple terms, whenever you will get the slant line, then you have to form a right angle triangle. Okay. If it is a straight line, you don't need to form a right angle triangle. Fine. And this is what the Pythagoras rule. AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. So apply the Pythagoras rule and get the answer. For whenever they ask you to find the distance, shortest distance between the 2 points. Okay. Please keep noting down parallelly. Seventh one. Ram went 10 meters north from his house. Okay. Let's say it is house. From house 10 meters towards north. Okay. 10 meters towards north. Then turned right and walked 5 meters. While moving north, what is the right hand side will be? East. So 5 meters. You should be thorough with the left and right. Walked 5 meters. Further he turned right. While moving east, what is the right hand side? South. How many meters? 5 meters. 5 meters. Okay. Let's say this point 5 meters. He then turned left. He is moving towards south. Left hand side will be east. While moving south, left hand side will be east. Travel 10 meters. 10 meters. Finally, he turned left and walked 15 meters. While moving east, what is the left hand side? North. How many meters he traveled? 15. If you travel till here, how much it is? 5. Okay. More 10. More 10. Total 50. Now he stopped. How far is he from his house? So it is a, let's say it is a point X. So we need to identify the distance between H and X. We need to identify the distance between H and X. Because what the question is given? How far? Far is nothing but distance from his starting point. House. House is the starting point. So the distance between these 2 points they are asking for. So can you say what is this distance exactly? No. So form a right angle triangle. So this is how we will be forming a right angle triangle. 2 adjoining lines. Okay. So right angle triangle. Let's say this is y. So which distance you need to identify? hx. Or you may draw it separately. You may draw separately. Okay. If you draw separately, there won't be any confusion also. It is h, it is x, it is y. Okay. Now we need to identify the hx distance. So we need to know hy and xy. So this is xy. This is xy. How much till here? It is 15, already known. And this is how much? See, till here it is 5 and it is more how much? 5, because the total distance here is how much? 10. So it is 5. So totally what is xy distance? 20. So hx equal to under root of hy square plus yx square, right? Okay. Yx distance is how much? 20. So 20 square plus hy distance. So this distance we need to identify. So this is till here is how much? 5. And it is more how much? 10. So this is distance is equal to this distance. So 10. So totally 15. 15. So 15 square. Fine. So 15 square 225. 20 square 400. So under root of 625, which is equal to 25. So what is my answer? 25. Choice 2. Is this clear? Good. So this is how we are going to find out. So what is this distance? 25. These are Pythagoras triplets. 15, 20, 25 are Pythagoras triplets. So choice 2. Question number 8. A person walks 4 kilometers towards west. Okay. Let's say it is a starting point. 4 kilometers west. 4 kilometers west. Okay. And then turns to right and travels 9 kilometers. While moving west, right hand side will be north. How many kilometers it is? 9 kilometers. Okay. 9 kilometers. He turns towards east and travels 12 kilometers east. From this point, east will be right hand side. Okay. 12 kilometers. Because it is 4, so definitely it will be more than that. So parallel to this 4 and more 8, 12 kilometers. Okay. Now he is at this location. Finally travel 3 kilometers towards south. So from this point south, how many kilometers? Just 3 kilometers. Now he is at this point. Because it is a total distance how much? 9. So it should be till here only, 3. Now what is the question asked? How far? Far is nothing but distance from his initial position. It is an initial position. Let's say it is A and the final point is B. So they are asking to find the distance between these 2 points. So how to get this distance? Again, we need to form a right angle triangle. Okay. So let's form a right angle triangle. Let's form a right angle triangle. So draw it separately. It is A. And let's say it is point C. Okay. So point C and it is B. Okay. So we need to identify the distance between A and B. It is a starting point and it is an ending point. So how much is this distance? Let's check it. So this line, this distance is equal to this distance. So it is 4. So this is also 4. But this is total how much? 12. So it is 4. So remaining will be 8. So AC distance will be 8. Now we know that this total distance is how much? 9. Because this line is equal distance with this line. So 9 and 9. Okay. But till here it is how much? 3. So remaining is how much? 6. So what is the BC distance? 6. What is the AC distance? 8. Now we need to find out AB. So AB is equal to under root of AC square plus BC square. What is this? AC is equal to how much? 8 square. BC 6. So 6 square. So 64 plus 36, which is equal to 100. So under root of 100 will be equal to 10. So what is the distance between these 2 points? Starting point and ending point? 10. So choice 4. Fine. You're able to understand, right? That's great. Move. Question number 9. Rahul traveled 6 kilometers towards north. Okay, 6 kilometers towards north. Let's say this is a point. 6 kilometers towards north. Okay, 6 kilometers towards north, and then turn left. While moving north, what is the left hand side is west. West. How many meters? 3 kilometers. Okay, 3 kilometers. From there, he again turned left. So while moving west, what is the left hand side is south, and moved further distance of 2 kilometers only. Okay, it is 6 kilometers, so definitely it ends before this. So 2 kilometers. Fine. How far is he from the starting point? Far is nothing but distance. Again, starting point. Let's say it is a point A and it is point B. So they are asking the distance between points A and B. So this distance we need to identify. Okay, this point B. Distance between point A and B we need to identify. So let's form a right angle triangle. So this is how we can form a right angle triangle, right? Okay. Now let's draw it separately. B is here and A is here. This distance we need to identify, and this is how we are forming a right angle triangle. Okay. Now let's say how much is this distance and how much is this distance. Let's say it is C. Okay. So we need to identify AB. AB equal to under root of AC square plus BC square. Okay. What is BC distance? See, this total distance we know it as how much? 6. Right? Until here it is how much? 2. So this distance, this complete line distance is parallel to, equal to this distance, right? So it is 6. So it is 2. So this will be 4. So what is BC distance? 4. So plus 4 square. Next, I need to find out AC distance. So this AC distance, this line is parallel to this line, equal to this distance. So how much it is? 3. So 3 square. So 9 plus 16, 25. Which is how much? 5 meters. 5 meters. So BC is 4 and AC is 3. So 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square 9, 4 square 16. 9 plus 16, 25. Which is 5. So AB distance is how much? 5. Choice 3. Choice 3. So this is how we are going to find out the distances. Clear, right? Any number of questions you solve, you will be getting a same kind of questions, similar models. Either they may ask you to find the distance or they may ask you to find the direction. That's it. But in the path, they may give more number of lines or less number of lines. That's it. The path may be a small, the path may be of big. Now, here it is a little bit big data. That's it, lengthy data. Patel starts from his house and travels 8 kilometers towards north. Okay. 8 kilometers towards north. Then turns right. While moving north, right hand side is east. East. Travels 2 kilometers. Then turns right and travels 3 kilometers. Turns right. While moving east, right is south. How many kilometers? 3 kilometers. We need to maintain the scaling. This distance we have taken as 8. So 3 means it ends before that only. Okay. Turns right and travels 3 kilometers. And travels 3 kilometers towards east. So actually he is at this location. From this location, east will be right hand side. East. How many kilometers? 3 more kilometers. Now he is at this location. Finally he turns left. Actually he is moving towards east. Left side. Left side is north. How many kilometers he traveled? 7 kilometers. So 7 kilometers. Now if we travel till here, how much he is going to travel? 3. So more 4 kilometers. Because the total distance should be equal to how much? 7 kilometers. Now it is the final point. How far is he from the starting point? So let's say the starting point and it is the ending point. Now the question asks how far? It is nothing but distance. What is the distance between the starting point and ending point they are asking for? So again, how to form it? How to get it? Forming a right angle triangle. So draw the straight line between these 2 points. This distance we need to identify. Okay. This distance we need to identify. How to identify it? Quite simple again. Forming a right angle triangle. So form a right angle triangle. So draw it separately. A and here it is B. This distance we need to identify, and here is the right angle triangle. Okay. Let's say it is point C. Okay. It is A. Okay. Now we need to identify the AB distance. So AB is equal to under root of AC square plus BC square. So we need to identify the AC distance and BC distance. So this distance we need to find it. What is the distance? See, from here to here, this line is equal to this distance plus this distance, right? So 2 plus 3, how much? 5. Now I need to find out this distance. It is still here, how much? 7. Okay, or else till here it is how much? 8. Right. So how much it is more? 4. So totally how much? 12. So this total distance is how much? 12. So this we can say easily. So AC distance is 5 and BC distance is 12. So AC square equal to 5 square and BC square equal to 12 square. So 5 square is 25, 12 square is 144. So total 169, which is 13 kilometers. Choice 2. Okay. So if you can maintain a proper scale in the diagram, then easily it will be solved. Doable questions. So choice 2. Fine. Go ahead. Right. What is given here? A girl starts walking from her college and covers a distance of 10 kilometers towards north. Okay. Let's say it is a starting point, 10 kilometers towards north. Okay. 10 kilometers towards north. She then turns 90 degrees in anti-clockwise. Okay. Let us understand the point. East, west, north, south. Moving north 90 degrees anti-clockwise, which is nothing but west. So she then turns 90 degrees, nothing but now she is traveling towards west. That's it. And distance of 5 kilometers. So 5 kilometers. While moving north 90 degrees anti-clockwise is nothing but towards west only. 5 kilometers. She now takes a left turn and stops after traveling 8 kilometers. Left turn. While moving towards west, what is the left hand side? South. How many kilometers? 8. So 8 kilometers. And stops. Okay. What is the approximate distance between her college and the place she has reached finally? So it is a college place. So let's say it is a college and it is a final point, let's say X. So they are asking that what is the approximate distance? So we need to identify the distance between these 2 points. So the distance between X and C. So can you say what is this distance directly? I mean without doing any calculations? No, we cannot say. So form a right angle triangle. So this is how we can form a right angle triangle. So draw it separately, you will get some idea. X, C and right angle triangle. So C is the college, X is the final point of her. Right. Now, and also they are asking for the direction. That we'll see. First we'll identify the distance. Okay. So we need to identify the XC distance. Let's say it is Y. XC is equal to under root of XY square plus YC square. Right. Now we need to identify the XY distance. What is XY? This one. This total distance is how much? 10. But till here is how much? 8. So more how much? 2. So what is XY distance? 2. Now YC distance. This distance is equal to this distance, right? So how much it is? 5. So it is 5. Okay. So XY is how much? 2 square. YC 5. So 4 plus 25, which is 29. Again 29 is approximately 5. So we are able to identify the distance 5. But we should also identify the direction. In what direction is girl now when seen from her college? From her college, if we see this is the direction we need to identify. Okay. What is this direction? From college, right hand side is east, left hand side is west, upwards is north. I mean this direction they are asking for. Okay. Look at here. East, west, north, south. So look at this slant line towards left. Going towards which direction? Northwest. So what will be my answer? Northwest. 5 northwest. 5 kilometers northwest. Which option? Choice 1. And it is given approximately 5.4 kilometers. Yeah, you may take that 5.4 kilometers. Because among these two, which is closest means if it is a 5, it is exactly, it should be 25. So 5.4, it will be nearer to 29. So I will opt second option. So instead of 5, I will take 5.4. So 5.4 kilometers northwest. Choice 2. It is nearer to 5.4. Okay. If it is not given, it is nearer to 5. Approximately 5. And you know, right, how to identify the direction? From the base point, that is nothing but college. From the college, you need to look at the final point, this direction. This slant line towards left. See, please understand again, east, west, north, south. Slant line towards right, upwards is northeast. Slant line upwards towards left is northwest. Slant line down towards right side is southeast. Slant line downwards towards left is southwest. So this is how we can decide the directions easily. Okay. So this line is northwest line. 12th one. A man plans to go to a park from his house. To reach the park, he has to follow the following direction. Travel 6 meters north. To reach the park, he has to follow the direction, means from the house only, right? So let is the house. 6 meters north. Okay. 6 meters north. After 6 meters north, 5 meters west. 5 meters west. 5 meters west. Then 7 meters south. 7 meters south. 7 meters south. And finally 8 meters east. So from this location 8 meters east. If I travel till here, it is only 5 meters east. So more 3 meters. So total 8 meters east. That's it. So reach the park. Now it is given how far is far. Far is nothing but distance. So how far is the park from his house and towards which direction is the park with respect to house. So park direction with respect to house. So house is the base point. So from this point, let's see. So it is H, it is P. So this direction we need to identify. So what is this direction? Slant line downwards towards right side. Which direction it is? East, south. So south, east. So the distance is, direction is clear, southeast. But we should also identify the distance. So form a right angle triangle. Okay. Form a right angle triangle. Let's say it is a point X. Okay. So we need to identify the HP distance. HP equal to under root of HX square plus XP square. So we need to identify the HX distance. This is what the right angle triangle we said. So this is HX. So how to identify? This total distance is equal to how much? 7. Because this should be equal to this distance, right? So it is 7, so it should be 7. But till here it is 6. So remaining 1. So HX will be 1. Next, XP. Already we know that it is 3. So what will be my answer? Under root of 1 square plus 3 square. So 9 plus 1, 10. Under root of 9 is 10 is again similar to approximately 3. So 3 southeast. So choice 2 is my answer. 3 meters southeast. So choice 2. So if you solve any number of questions, the questions may be asked regarding the direction or the question may be asked regarding the distance. Okay. Fine. Now move ahead. Next, 13th one. Vijay travels 5 kilometers towards north. Vijay travels 5 kilometers towards north, then 6 kilometers towards his right. Okay, let's say it is a starting point. 5 kilometers towards north. 5 kilometers towards north. After 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers to right. While moving north, right hand side will be east. 6 kilometers. Then he travel 8 kilometers towards right. While moving east, right hand side will be south. How many kilometers? 8. Till here it is 5 only. So more 3 in this direction. So 8. Now he is at this location. And 10 kilometers towards right. While moving south, what is the right hand side? Left hand side is east. Right hand side will be west. How many? 10 kilometers. Till here it is 6. So more 4. Now he is at this location. Now what is given? That's it. So it is the final point B. It is the starting point A. Now what is the question asked? How far is he from the starting point? So we need to identify the distance. So distance between A is here and B is here. So distance between A and B we need to find. And also in what direction? How far is he from starting point and in what direction? So from the starting point is in which direction? So slant line downwards left. Which direction it is? It is west. It is south. So southwest. So direction will be southwest. Now I need to identify the distance. How to form right angle triangle? So this is how we can form a right angle triangle. Let's say it is a distance C. A right angle triangle. It is a distance C. Okay. Now, what is AC distance? It is known very clearly. What is AC distance? 3. What is BC? 4. So AB is equal to under root of AB square. AC square plus BC square. What is the AC distance? 3 square. What is the BC distance? 4 square. So 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16, which is equal to under root of 25, and it is exactly how much? 5. So what will be my answer? 5 kilometers and southwest. 5 kilometers southwest is choice 4. So please note down. So choice 4. So by this time we got the clarity, right? How the questions will be answered in the direction sense. Direction, distance. Okay. Question number 14. Lengthy data, but procedure will remain same. What is given? Mr. Deshmukh starts from his school, travels 2 kilometers southwards. Okay. Let's say it is a starting point. So 2 kilometers south. And then travels a distance of 4 kilometers east. So from this location, okay, let's say it is starting point A. You will get the clarity. It is starting point B. So from B, east. Directly given, east. So right hand side. How much distance? 4. Okay, 4. Let's say it is point C. Okay, 4. Then distance of 3 kilometers to right. From C, right hand side. Moving east, right hand side will be south again. So 3. So let's say distance point D. Here is point D. And then turn right and travel 4. So while moving south, what is the right hand side will be? Again west. So west. And how much? 4. So BC distance is 4. So even DE distance will also be 4 only. Because it is given 4. So B on the same line. Right? So 4. And 2. Okay. Then he turned right and traveled 4 kilometers. And 2 kilometers after the. Okay. Then he turned right and traveled 4 kilometers and 2 kilometers after the first and second turns. So first right turn 4 kilometers and second right turn. So he is moving west, right? He is moving west, right? Again the right side will be north. How many kilometers he traveled? Just 2 kilometers. It is 2 kilometers. Okay. Finally he traveled 4 kilometers towards east. Now again he is at this location. 4 kilometers towards east. From this point, east will be this side. So here, let's say it is a point F. It is a point G. So now he is at G because 4 kilometers towards east. Right. Now what is given question? Finally he traveled 4 kilometers towards east. It is fine. So this is my path. What is asked? How far is he from the school and in which direction? So it is a starting point A. So we need to identify the distance between A and G. Right. How to identify the distance between A and G? Let's see. So form a right angle triangle. So this is A G distance. Okay. So this can, in this way you can form a right angle triangle, right? Okay. So this is A point and this is G location. This is how we can form a right angle triangle. Okay. Now let's say it is a point called L. So we need to identify the AG distance. So let's say this is a point L. So it is not L actually, it is already, we know clearly, F. Okay, so F. So we need to identify the AG distance. So you have to know the AF distance. AF is equal to AB plus BF, right? What is AB distance? 2. And BE distance actually. So B is equal to B distance is equal to BF plus FE. What is F? B distance is how much? This B distance is similar to CD distance. CD is 3, so B will be 3. So B is 3 and FE is 2, so BF will be 1. So it is 1. So BF will be 1, right? So 2 plus 1. So what is the AF distance? 3. Now GF distance. It is already given. GF distance is how much? 4. So this is how we need to find out. So AG is equal to under root of AF square plus FG square. What is AF? 3 square. What is FG? 4. So 9 plus 16, 25, which is exactly 5. So the value is 5. Distance is 5. We should also identify the direction. How far is he from school and in which direction? So it is a school. From the school he is in which direction? Okay. So this is a line. Right. A is the base for us. Right. School. So he is at point G. So which direction it is? Slant line moving downwards and right hand side. Which it is? Cross check it. It is west. Sorry, east. It is south. So this is between south and east. So this is southeast. So 5 southeast will be my answer. 5 kilometers southeast. Choice 1. Choice 1. Okay. So please note it down. Look at, we have solved 14 questions, but all the 14 questions are related to the directions and distance. Every time we are doing the same procedure. Okay, so please, in a hurry, do not commit any mistakes. Direction sense questions are very, very easy questions and doable questions in competitive exams. But you have to take the left and right directions properly and east, west, north, south properly. Okay. Now, see the 15th one. Again, here also we have given distance and direction. Distance, direction. Let's see. Harry Potter hit the magic ball that can change the direction on its own. Okay. He traveled 5 kilometers towards east. Okay. Initially, 5 kilometers towards east. Okay. 5 kilometers towards east. Turn left. While moving east, let's say it is a point A. It is a point B. While moving east, left hand side will be this side. So point. How much? 20 kilometers. Okay. Earlier 5, but it is 20 now. Okay. 20. 20. Let's say it is point C. Now it is at this point. Then it turned right. While moving north, right hand side will be east. 11. Let's say it is point D. Point D. And then 5 kilometers south. It is given south. On a paper, south is towards downwards. But how much? 5 only. So 5. Let's say it is point E. Okay. So it is 11. It is 5. So remaining 15. Please maintain the scaling. Okay. Then 5 kilometers towards south. Then it traveled 4 kilometers towards east. So from point E, east, right hand side. So let's say it is point F and how much distance it is? 4. Now what is the question asked? How far is ball from the Harry Potter in which direction? So Harry Potter at point A. So the ball is at point F. So they are asking for the distance and the direction. How far is the ball from Harry Potter and in which direction? So this distance and this direction we need to identify. The direction will be in this way. From the Harry Potter point, from this point we need to identify the direction of the ball. Okay. So it is A. It is F. Now the slant line upwards towards right. Which direction it is? Clearly known that it is east. It is north. So this will be northeast. So northeast. So distance is okay. Northeast. So we need to identify the direction is okay. We need to identify the distance. So let's see the distance. Okay. So this is how we can form a right angle triangle, right? So right angle triangle. Let's say it is a point called X. So it is X. So we need to identify the AF distance. So AF is equal to under root of AX square plus XF square. Right. Now let us identify the AX distance. It is X point. Okay. Till here it is 5. Okay. And till here it is how much? 11. Because CD distance will be equal to this distance. So CD is equal to 11. And this distance is how much? Equal to EF distance 4. So 5 plus 11, 16 plus 4, 20. So AX square is equal to how much? 20. Now FX square. This distance. It is how much? 15. So 15. So it is 15. So AX square, 20 square, F square, 15 square. 20 square is 400. 15 square is 225. So together under root of 625, which is 25 square. So under root of 625 is 25. So what will be my answer? 25 kilometers and northeast. 25 kilometers and northeast. So which option is available? None of this. So don't worry. My answer is none of this. Choice 4. 25 kilometers northeast. So choice 4. So please keep noting down. Okay, now move to the next question. Next, now we have done with the distance and directions based questions. Now we have come to the shadow based questions. Okay, now we discussed during the basics class, we will be getting at two situations. One is morning, one more is evening. Morning, sun will be in the east, opposite to sun, shadow. So it is west if it is a morning. If it is the evening, sun will be in the west, opposite to sun, shadow, which is east. So these are the two possible situations they will give you, morning and evening. Morning, sun will be in the east, shadow will be in the west. Evening, sun will be in the west, shadow will be in the east. Okay. Now what is given question? On early morning. So this situation, okay, this case to be considered. If a shadow falling to his right, okay. Let's say, see here we are not deciding the directions. Remember this point in your mind. We are not going to decide the direction initially. Okay. Initially we know the directions east, west, north, south. Forget about this. We are not talking about this. Okay. So A is here. Okay. Let's say A is facing this direction. We don't know what is this direction. With the help of shadow, we are going to decide the directions. Keep this in your mind. With the help of shadow, we are going to decide the direction. Okay. So A is facing like this. You may take any direction. That is no issue. There is no issue. You may take this way. Now, this direction, or you may take this direction. No issue. Okay. Let me take these two. One is vertically, one is horizontally. Okay. What is observed? A shadow falling to his right. It means A's right. A is facing this direction, right? For this direction, it is the right hand side. This is the left hand side. For this direction, this is the right hand side. This is the left hand side. Right hand side and left hand side. Now, what is observed? A shadow falling to his right. So, right hand side is the shadow. Right hand side is the shadow. So, right hand side is the shadow. So, automatically left hand side will be the sun. Now, here, if I take like this, if I take in this way, it is the right side, right? So, right hand side is the shadow. So, left hand side is the sun. So, no issue. You may take any way. Because we have not yet decided the directions. Based on the shadow position, we are going to decide the directions. Now, it is given morning. Morning, sun will be in the east. So, this is the east. Right. So, this is west. Morning, sun will be in the east. So, this is east. So, shadow will be in the west. Okay. Now, you know, right? Basic directions east, west, north, south. So, from the east 90 degrees clockwise is south, right? From the south 90 degrees clockwise is west. From the west 90 degrees clockwise is north. From the north 90 degrees clockwise is east. Okay. So from this, from the east 90 degrees clockwise will be south. And south opposite is north. Okay. Clear? So we got the 4 directions. East, west, north, south. Now here, from the east 90 degrees clockwise is south. South opposite is north. South opposite is north. So we got again 4 directions. But in any case, our answer will remain same. Okay. What is given? If a shadow falling to his right, then in which direction is he moving? It is absolutely wrong. It is not moving. He is facing. In which direction is he facing? Okay. Make a correction. It is facing. So which direction A is facing? A is facing towards south. Right. In which direction A is facing? A is facing towards south. So if you take any case, your answer will be south only. So choice 4. Because here we are not deciding the directions initially. Basing on the shadow and sun locations, we are deciding the directions. So if you take the person in any direction, you will get the same answer. Here the direction not means that east, west, north, south. Okay. You may take initially like this, or you may take initially like this, or you may take initially like this. You may take initially like this. In any case, my answer will be same. So take only one point, one of them. Okay. So choice 4 is my answer, south. Okay. So here I have explained in the 2 ways, but every time it is not required. Okay. Because remember the point that based on the shadow, we are deciding the directions. Okay. Move to the next question. Now again shadow. One evening, Dilip was facing tree. Okay, it is evening. The case we have to consider evening. Dilip was facing tree. Okay, fine. Let me take the Dilip here. Dilip is facing which tree? So tree is here. Okay, so tree is like this. Dilip is facing tree. Okay. Now what is given? The shadow of the tree. So the shadow of the tree. Okay, shadow of the tree fell to his right. So Dilip's right. So Dilip is here, tree is here, right? So what is given? The shadow of the tree fell to Dilip's right. So Dilip's right hand side will be this side, left hand side will be this side, because he is facing this direction. Okay. So right hand side is whose shadow? Tree's shadow. So tree's shadow is to the right side of Dilip. So here is the shadow. Clear? Clear? Dilip right side is this side, and the Dilip right side is the shadow of tree. So here is the shadow. So shadow opposite is sun. Clear? No. It is evening. Evening, sun will be in the west. So shadow will be in the east. Based on the sun and shadow, we are deciding the directions. Okay. Now, from the east 90 degrees clockwise, south. South opposite, north. So we have decided the directions. Now what is the question? Which direction was he facing? Dilip is facing. Dilip is facing towards which direction? North. Tree is facing towards south. Dilip is facing towards north. So choice 1. So answer is choice 1. Okay. Now if you take like this also, no issue. Let me explain this also. Dilip and tree. So it is tree, it is Dilip. What is the question asked? The clue. The shadow of the tree fell to his right. Shadow of the tree is right side of Dilip. It is the right side of Dilip. Okay. So now here is shadow. It is right side and it is left side. So left side will be sun. Sun. As it is the evening, sun will be in the west. Here is the west. So here is the east. From the east 90 degrees, south. South opposite and north. So here is how we decide the 4 directions. Okay. So Dilip is facing towards north. So my answer is not. So in any case, right. So if you take horizontally or vertically, if any case, that will be same. Okay. Next. Okay. Please note it down. By this time, you should be thorough with the shadow based questions also. Okay. We are not doing anything, just we are taking the persons and based on the shadow and sun, we are deciding the right directions. We are not taking the directions initially. Okay. Next. Now again, it is also shadow. One evening, Avinash and Abhinav are talking to each other while sitting at the either ends of seesaw and facing each other. Okay. Earlier question we have taken horizontally, right? Let me take vertically. And again, you may take any person anywhere. There is no issue. You may take horizontally or vertically, any person anywhere. The ultimate thing is you have to take that they are facing each other. So here let me take Avinash and here let me take Abhinav. You may take anyone anywhere. There is no change in the answer because based on the shadow and sun we are going to decide the direction. Okay. So what is the clue is given? Here what is the consideration? Evening. Okay. Avinash observed that his shadow, his means Avinash shadow falling to his is nothing but Avinash left. Avinash observed that his shadow falling to his left. So Avinash is facing this way, right? For this, the person is facing towards this direction. So this will be the left hand side. This will be the right hand side. Clear? Okay. So this is Avinash left side. Avinash left side is Avinash shadow. So here is the shadow. So shadow opposite is sun. Clear? Okay. Now evening. So evening sun will be in the west. So shadow will be in the east. That's it. From the east 90 degrees clockwise, south. South opposite north. So we are able to decide all the four directions with the help of the shadow and sun. And to identify the directions, what is the clue is given? Avinash observed that his shadow falling to his left. So Avinash left side is this side. So this side is the shadow of Avinash. Right. So it is east. So remaining directions. Which direction is Abhinav facing? Abhinav is facing towards which direction? North. So your answer will be north. Choice 1. Fine. Clear? So choice 1. So this is how we are going to find out the shadow based questions. You may take the given persons either horizontally or vertically, any person anywhere, there will not be any change in the answer. Because based on the shadow and the sun locations, we are deciding the directions. Okay? Now, move to the next question. See the question number 19. Clock based question. A clock is so placed that at 9 a.m. Okay, let us draw the clock. Okay. So 12, 6, 3, 9. East, west, north, south. These are the basic directions. East, west, north, south. What is given? A clock is so placed that at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. means the hour hand will be towards this side. Minute hand will be towards this side. It is minute hand. It is hour hand. What is given? A clock is so placed that at 9 a.m. the minute hand points towards northeast. Actually, minute hand is pointing towards north. But what they given this as? Northeast. Now change the directions. Now draw the clock again. So 12, 3, 6, 9. So what is this direction given as? Northeast. Okay. So from the northeast, 90 degrees clockwise will be what? Southeast. From the southeast, 90 degrees clockwise will be what? Southwest. From the southwest, 90 degrees clockwise will be what? Northwest. So these are the basic directions. Northeast, southeast, southwest. Right. Now here, we can also decide the remaining directions, right? North, east, west, south. Look at here. North, east, west, south. Basically. So northeast. So between north and east, northeast. Right. So what this direction will become? North. So this will become east. So northeast. So this will become south. Southeast. This becomes west. So it is southwest and it is northwest. Right. Now what is the question asked? Which direction does the hour hand point at 3 p.m.? So at 3 p.m. minute hand will be at 3. our hand is pointing towards this side at 3 p.m. The our hand pointing towards 3. Now, basically our hand pointing at 3 is east. But according to the change direction, it is southwest. So what is my answer? Southeast. Not southwest, southeast. Sorry, southeast. So according to the change direction, we have to take, because it is given the clock is placed such a way that at 9 a.m. how minute hand points northeast. So the actually north, but it is given as northeast. So according to the northeast, we have changed the remaining directions. Okay. So according to the clock, we have changed the remaining direction. So at 3 o'clock, basically it is east, but according to the change direction, it is what? Southeast. So my answer is southeast. Choice 4. Actual, after. Okay. Move to the question number 20. A clock is placed in such a way that, okay, again clock, 12, 3, 6 and 9. Okay, what are the initial directions? East or west, north, south. So what is given? A clock is placed in such a way that at 12 o'clock, the hand points. The hands point towards northeast. Okay. So at 12 o'clock, our hand as well as minute hand will be at 12, pointing exactly 12. So these hands are pointing towards what is given? Northeast. Actually it is north, but it is given as what? Northeast. So draw the new diagram according to the change directions. So 12, 3, 9, 6. So what is the direction they mentioned? Northeast. So from the northeast 90 degrees clockwise, southeast. From the southeast 90 degrees clockwise, southwest. From the southwest 90 degrees clockwise, northwest. So this is north, this is east. So northeast. So east, south, between southeast. South, west, between them, southwest. West, north, northwest. Right? Clear? So according to the change directions, it is actual clock. This is after changing. Okay, after changing. But what is the question asked? In which direction does our hand point at 6 p.m.? So at 6 p.m., the our hand will be here and the minute hand will be towards 12. It is our hand and it is minute hand. So our hand at 6 o'clock, generally the our hand will be at south. Okay, but as per the change directions, it is what? Southwest. So at 6 p.m., the our hand is pointing towards which direction? Southwest. Actually south, but as per the change direction, it is southwest. So which option? Choice 1. So my answer is choice 1. Clear? So please note down. Okay, that's it for today. So please keep practicing more number of questions from the directions, then you will gain confidence. If you get any doubts, please get back to us. Thank you for joining the session. Have a nice day.